to talk about is that terminology, anti-mix, that keeps getting thrown around all of a sudden.
I know I've talked about this before, but I'm going to do it again. Because all of a sudden it seems to be a trend to call me and mixed people who identify the same way I do anti-mixed. Which is mad fucking weird. Considering that when one uses such terminology as anti-mixed, it typically references a person of one race who is opposed to interracial dating or the offspring that comes from it. And while we're fully aware about what they mean by saying anti-mixed, it's still wrong.
I'm making up fucking words. Because what y'all really mean is anti-miscegenation. And just in case you didn't know, miscegenation is the interbreeding of people from different racial groups.
And here lately it's being said to mixed people who identify with one race more than the other, which in itself makes no sense. The way mixed people identify is based off of several different factors. One that I speak extremely highly of is geographical location and life experiences. But no matter how we identify, we are not negating the fact that we are actually composed of two or more races. But what's even crazier to me is for another mixed person to label someone anti-mixed because of this, especially since mixed and or biracial were never options for me. Because while technically I am, according to the social construct of race, I've always been black. And in the literal sense, mixed and biracial are not races. They are mixing of races. They're not a separate entity or category. And for those people who feel that it should be, how are we gonna make that possible? There are too many variables to consider because you can't categorize my racial mixture with somebody who is not mixed with white and black. But anyway, I'll carry on. I also find it mad fucking weird when other mixed people try to put different shades of mixed people in the Oppression Olympics. For example, saying that a more black presenting mixed person experiences more oppression and racism than I have. Again, geographical location and life experiences.
There are mixed race people who are racially ambiguous. And that's an absolute factor as to how some mixed people identify.
And that's a whole nother factor to consider. And the reason I speak on things the way that I do is because I speak from my experience. And I know that I don't speak for every other mixed person on this planet. But what I don't do is try to put other mixed people in a box based off of my experiences. Because the world already does that to us. So again, when mixed people try to categorize people as biracials, monoracials, anti-mixed, mad fucking weird.
Another thing people don't think about is the identity gap within the multiracial community.
And all it does is add to that. We are literally not seen as white to white people. Yet, some of us are not black enough for black people either. And to add to that, we also don't have our own classification. So while the United States is one of the most racially diverse countries in the world, we are still also the most separated. So with that being said, there is little to no placement for us. Technically. And again, I am only speaking for people who are mixed with black and white. These are my viewpoints and my viewpoints only. There's also a whole series on my YouTube. But yeah, so there's that.